everyone. Sorry I'm not able to be here today, but we're going to go through a little bit more of naming some different hydrocarbons like we have done before. So I want you to pull your notes up for this next section. We filled in everything about a monomer and a polymer. We're going to come back to the addition polymerization and condensation polymerization in later. But today, what I want to get through is now we're going to start sticking some functional groups on these hydrocarbons that we've been making. And I want to tell you what a functional group is. All right, a functional group is an identifiable group of atoms that determine identity, properties, and usefulness of a hydrocarbon. Okay, so the first one we're going to start with are what we call alcohols. So alcohols, if you look at what they have on a hydrocarbon, you will see something like this: CCOH. So the alcohol part of this hydrocarbon is this OH group right here. All right, that's what we call an alcohol. All right, so the generalized formula is ROH, where R is any number of carbons. Okay, so just like our other stuff, we have some rules for how to name the end of them. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the suffix OL at the end of our naming system. All right. Now, we also have to take into consideration whether or not we have a single, double, or triple bond. So don't forget that ANE indicates a single bonded hydrocarbons. ENE is double bonds. And YNE is triple bonds. Now, you're going to ask me, Dr. Van, why do we have another thing that we have to put at the very end? Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you one. All right. So first one I'm going to show you is this C, the one I just showed you up there. H. Okay. So how many carbons does it have? 1, 2 carbons. All right. And then it has this thing sticking off of it. All right, just like our other things that we had to name, well, this one we're going to name with how many carbons it is. It's 2, so methyl, ethyl, so ethanol. All right, now I notice that in this naming I have the OL for the alcohol, and then AN is for the fact that there are no double bonds. So ethanol is that one. All right. Now, in this one, we don't have to tell the world where the OH group is because no matter how we turn it, it'll still be on the first position. However, if we move to one like this, okay, how many carbons do we have? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. So methyl, ethyl, propyl. So it's going to be something with PRP, PROP. Now, there's no double bond, so I'm going to go ahead and put A in. But off of one of ours, we have this hydroxyl group, which makes us have to put OL at the end. Now, we might have that, or that one is at the first carbon, so we put 1 propanol. We could also build this one like this. And then we would have 1, 2, 3 carbons, and here's our OH group. But now it's on the second carbon, so this one would be 2 propanol. Now, this particular alcohol is something that you guys know. This one is isopropanol. Isopropanol is is probably something you have in your medicine cabinet. But the IUPAC name is 2-propanol. Okay, so what are some uses of alcohols? Well, we can use them as disinfectants. We can use them as solvents. And we can use them to burn things. Okay? All right, so pretty easy naming. We'll go do some practice ones here in a second. This next part tells you how to name them. You can see here the rules for naming. This is for alcohols. All right. And we did a couple of examples up there, so I'm not going to do some more examples. All right. The next thing we're going to look at are a functional group called carboxylic acids. All right. Now, these look like this. C, double bond O, OH. Now, the rest of these have hydrogens here. Notice this carbon where all of the business is going on already has 4 bonds, so we don't need to put any more H's on it. Now, this group that I have right here is called a carboxylic acid group, all right? So that group is, that's the carboxylic acid part of it. Oops. Okay, so these are always found at the end of a carbon chain. Always found at the end. All right, and just like in naming alcohols, we're going to have another ending going on here, and that ending is oic acid. All right. So let's draw a couple of these. I'm going to draw, well, the one that I'm going to redraw this one here, and I'm going to tell you the name of it. I mean, I bet you can guess it because it has 2 carbons, 1, 2, and then it has this carboxylic acid. So we're going to call it ethyl ethanoic acid. Okay, because it has 2 carbons, there's no double bonds in it, and it has a carboxylic acid group at the end. Now, because these are always at the end of the chain, we're not going to have to talk about numbering. All right? You will, if there's other things sticking off the chain, you're going to have to number. And the numbering will start with the carboxylic acid. But if you have nothing else hanging off of it, you do not need to put a number. So here's the next example I'm going to give you. Okay, this one has 1, 2, 3 carbons with the carboxylic acid group. All right, so 3 carbons is methyl ethyl propyl, so propanoic acid. Propanoic acid. Okay? Okay, so some things that you may have heard of that they're used for. They are used as additives to like vitamin C, citric acid. Okay. Methanoic acid. Is also known as formic acid. You guys look up what formic acid is. Okay? Okay, those are the only 2 things we're going to do. We're going to do esters next week, so just hang tight to that. We're going to start biomolecules tomorrow, but tonight you're going to have homework where you have to name some carboxylic acids. I'm going to do a couple more examples on a classwork that I have for you, but other than that, these are pretty easy to name. You just have to figure out which thing you have, carboxylic acid or an alcohol. All right, I will see you tomorrow.